everyone, I'm Tamiko, also you can call me Tommy, and I'm the creator and ceramic artist at Tamiko Claire Stoneware. Um, I'm super honored and excited to be here for this Anywhere Aloha Friday with OluKai, so thank you guys for having me. I hope you enjoy this Ceramics 101 little session that we have planned for you. So yeah, basically I will be showing you how to make a medium-sized bowl out of speckled stoneware clay. And that's going to be the bowl that's included in the giveaway below, so it's cool that you guys can see how it's going to be made. I've pulled a couple of products for you guys to check out. I don't know if you've seen any of my work on Instagram or my website, but here they are. So basically, this is the white stoneware clay that I like to use. It's more of a natural white. It's not really milky white like porcelain, which I really like because I feel like it has a nice organic feel to it. This has the hibiscus glaze I like to use on it. This is the same glaze but on speckled stoneware clay. So you can see it has some little flecks in there, some speckles, which adds some nice character. So I think speckled clay is probably my favorite to use just because it's so unique and it looks like little freckles on the clay, which is cute. So yeah, we're going to be using the speckled clay today. I think I'm going to do a white glaze on the final product. So it'll be a white speckled medium-sized bowl that you can be expecting for the giveaway. Alright, so first things first, when wheel throwing, you really want to make sure you prep your clay properly, which means wedging out all of the air bubbles. So it's very similar to kneading dough when baking. So I've already done that step because it was kind of hard to film where I do that, but I've wedged the clay out hopefully free of air bubbles, and I like to pat it into a nice even ball after that, and create kind of a little point here, so that when I throw the clay down onto the bat, I'm definitely making sure that there are no spaces or gaps in between the bat and the clay. So I think that's pretty important. So I'm just gonna moisten my bat a little bit to make it nice and sticky when the clay gets thrown down. Let's see, around here. Alright, so I'll give it a good pat, and I'm going to tie my hair and we can get the wheel spinning. Alright, one sec.
Alright, so I'm still patting the ball of clay down onto the bat just to be sure that it's stuck on there, and I ran my fingers underneath to seal that gap. So just going to be pushing in, keeping our core firm and my elbow locked into the center of my body, and my left elbow supported by my left leg. And I'll just sort of do that a few times. Make sure it's all brought into the center of the bat. Then I'm just going to slowly start to lift the clay up. What I like to do is a coning method, and that really works out the excess air bubbles that may still be trapped in there. And so I'm going to do that a few times and speed up the video just so you can see it in faster motion and how that works. But you'll see I'll pull it up and then really be pushing away from me, but also supporting it towards the center always. So it's really interesting how it's a balance of the push and pull, which goes throughout the whole process, as you'll see. So we'll do that a few times here. Alright, so now that my piece is centered, I'm going to press it down, lower the base of my clay, which is going to be the base of my bowl. So, applying even pressure. Now I'm going to get ready to open my ball of clay up. So using my left hand to support my right fingers, I use my middle finger and index finger to push down slowly in the center of the clay. And then again, using the same support, I begin to pull the clay out towards my body. And you don't want to pull it too fast because that'll throw your clay off center. And you also want to make sure the lip of your bowl or your cylinder is not going outwards, because that causes tears and rips in the lip, so you don't want that. So you can see that I'm pulling out slowly and evenly and leaving the lip nice and thick, keeping my clay really moist so my hands can move evenly across the clay. And I'm going to compress the inside of my vessel. Compression is really important to prevent cracks at the base of your bowl or whatever you're making. Plates can happen easily, so you really want to make sure the clay is pressed and compressed evenly and firmly in the center of the bottom of your vessel. So I'll keep doing that with my hands, and I also use you can use a rib, like a bamboo rib, or I like to use a rice paddle. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little pull. I'll do a couple of pulls. So using my left hand, I push some of that clay out, and supporting it with my right hand with a sponge, I'm gently lifting that from under. And once I get to the lip, it's always important to compress to keep that clay together and even at the top. So I'll do another pull. Now you can see it's looking a bit more like a bowl. Compress. And compress on the inside again. Making sure it's nice and even and smooth. Now I'm just going to push out with my rice paddle, push out so that it creates a little bit more of a nice even curve of the bowl, and again compress my lip. Make sure it stays centered. And yeah, I think that looks good. So now I'm going to take my wire cutter and supporting it with my fingers, I'm going to slowly turn the wheel on and gently but firmly pull towards me slowly as the wheel's turning. And there you go, it's cut off. So it's slow but quick. Alright, so that feels just about done.
Okay, so now that I'm done throwing my bowl and I cut the piece off from the back, I'm going to set this out to dry. I'll probably wait until tomorrow morning to check it. and when it's leather hard, then I will trim the pot. You want it to be leather hard, so and not too soft or too dry, because you don't really want to be breathing in the dry clay dust. The leather hard really allows you to trim off excess clay and strings and ribbons, so that's really nice when you can get that perfect dryness. So yeah, this one I actually I think I used a little bit more clay than I needed to, so I left some extra at the bottom, giving me the option to create a foot or not. A lot of my pieces don't, just because I like that minimal look and outline. This one I might even do an invisible foot, so it'll look like there's no foot at the base from the outside, but when you flip it over, there'll be like a concave at the bottom. So I'm thinking about it. I'll decide tomorrow when I trim, but here you go, somebody's new bowl. Soon it will be in its new home when it's all speckly and white. Yeah, I hope you guys all have a really safe and fun Friday and weekend. Thank you again, OluKai, for having me, and for everyone who took the time to watch. I hope you have fun too. I'm gonna go clean up and put this out to dry. So thank you. Have a good one. Bye.